Hello everybody, this is Mateusz from the Cosmos Within Us, and I am sitting here near the Wallkill River, upstate New York. The spring is definitely here, as you can see, and today I'm going to be sharing astrology, sharing of what is coming, the astrological perspective for next coming week, because there's a lot of things happening that is good to be aware of, so we can tune into it more easily, more naturally. So I guess the most important thing is the date is April 30th, which is Saturday, which is a new moon in Taurus, together with solar eclipse, and also Pluto goes retrograde the same day. Before we dive into that, I also would like to mention talk a little bit about what is happening right now. We have 4 planets in Pisces, which is Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune. Jupiter and Neptune are Pisces rulers, so they are very strong in this sign. Venus is exalted in Pisces, so there's a strong Piscean energy presence, I would say, still. Although Sun is in Taurus, the Piscean energy is pretty strong, and especially the Venus in Pisces is a very special combination. Today we have actually the conjunction of Venus and Neptune in Pisces. There is something disarming for me about Venus in Pisces. It's so much about vulnerability, and surrender. One of the biggest Piscean things, I guess, is lack of boundaries and the connection with other people. The Pisces represents this level when we are all connected. Pisces is about interconnectedness very much. Also the compassion, self-sacrifice, all those things that they are coming from, their stems from the fact that we are connected and we feel for other people. So that's a Piscean energy right now, the connections, the relationships, and the Pisces is a water element, so the connection I'm talking about is more on the level of feelings, emotions, but also intuitions, visions. Pisces is also a sign of depth, represents all those things that we don't have an easy access to on a daily basis. And that's the first connection, I guess, with the new moon. That new moon is also a time when we go inside, and new moon that is coming on Saturday, April 30th. It's a time when we plant a seed. It's a end of a last lunar cycle and the beginning of a new one, and also exactly as a sign of Pisces, which is a last sign in the zodiac signs, that has the energy of coming to an end and wrapping up, preparing yourself for a transition. We're changing the cycle. This is going to be new moon in Taurus, so we're starting a new lunar cycle. It starts in Taurus. It starts with the conjunction of Sun and Moon in the sign of Taurus. I think my intuition tells me that the major theme of this coming lunar month is going to be, is going to be a physical body. It's going to be doing some kind of body work. That's what we're going to be doing for during this next lunar cycle, because Taurus represents our connection with the Mother Earth, with the nature, and also with our physical bodies. The connection through our bodies with the nature. All Earth signs are... Hi. Somebody just waved to me, say hello. Nice. all earth signs has something to do, with the physical bodies, but I guess Taurus is the one that is the most body-oriented sign, I would say. Virgo is a Mercury-ruled sign and is much more intellectual, mind-oriented. Capricorn, last earth element sign in the zodiac, is oriented, rooted much more in the level of hierarchies, systems, politics, and implementing structure into the collective experience of human life. But the Taurus as a first sign, as a first earth element sign in the zodiac, represents very much our connection with the nature, with the Mother Earth. And it's a springtime, just as is that time that we have right now. The earth is waking up to life. We celebrate the connection. So the new moon is that part of a lunar cycle which is a dark phase of the moon. It's a dark night, no moonlight on the sky. The moon is, in embrace of the sun, is disappearing in the light of the sun. So this is a very much inner work phase. It's deep. It's new moon is about going inside, reflect, meditate, heal, regenerate. It's not really, a perfect time to put yourself out there and to celebrate. I mean, of course, every moment is good to celebrate, but I'm talking about. So during this new moon, we plant a seeds for the whole next coming cycle. And because of Taurus and because of the connection with the bodies, our bodies are going to be leading us, guiding us onto this journey. Moon is also connected to our physical bodies. They say that when a soul gets incarnated here, it comes here through sublunar space. So if that's true, our spirit comes here directly through the moon. Also, moon in astrology, in personal chart, represents the figure of mother. And we, like our physical form, comes here literally through the body of our mothers. Moon also rules, the waters, and our body is 80% of water. The lunar cycle, 29 days, is the same length as the menstrual cycle. So this connection between moon, Taurus, all those things are pointing that the body is a key right now. Because of Piscean energy, and also the moon, the emotions are going to be very also important parts. So this coming lunar cycle is a very good time. It seems to be a very good time to do all kind of work on a psychophysical level. All that level when our psyche and our bodies are connected. All those situations when our body is showing us, is reflecting our emotional state. All our symptoms, aches, illnesses, these are very important signals, messages from our body. Like, hey, pay attention to that is happening. It's also a great time to explore the wisdom of our bodies. Our bodies have memory of everything that happened to us. All the good things and all the traumatic things, it's stored in a body. So all kind of body work with the intention of resolving some emotional, psychological issues is recommended. It's a very good time to do that. Or any kind of body work you're doing, if it's a yoga or running or gym, just be aware, set up an intention of working some really moving the emotional energy through your body and really feel what is happening. Might be good to to form some kind of a intention of a commitment that during all this lunar cycle I'm going to be doing some body work, some work with my body, some physical activity with an intention of resolving certain psychological, emotional issues. Or if you don't have any heavy thing you need to work on, it's just like receiving a clarity and understanding about the level, the connection between our psyche and our body, because it's profound. There is going to be also a lunar eclipse. There's going to be solar eclipse. There's going to be a partial eclipse, but the eclipse is always it's a game of the light. The eclipse wants you to see something because the light changes for a moment, and we are able to see things that we don't usually see. The eclipse for me always feels like a kind of a shakedown. It has the energy of a shock a little bit, and this new moon will be happening in a very close proximity of planet Uranus, which also represents a change and a shock sometimes. The Uranus electrifies. So sometimes during the eclipse we are able to see, the eclipse can give us a glimpse into something that we usually don't see, into things that are usually hidden. Sometimes it can be a pretty strong and dramatic event, or some kind of strong conclusion that we are coming to, but it doesn't have to be like this. But it's good to pay attention to what is happening. New moon time is also, as we said, it's a dark phase of lunar cycle, where it's a instinctual phase. Something is beginning, something has been initiated, but we are not actually sure what it is still yet. It's a time of planting a seed. So it's like a seed that you plant into the ground, and even when the first shoot comes up, sometimes it's even difficult to say if it's some kind of a shrub or is a huge strong oak tree. So something is starting, something is being initiated, but we are not actually sure what. So there's also a good practice to leave a lot of space open for whatever comes up. It's like I almost want to encourage you to form an intention to work out of things that we don't know, because as Jung said, the subconsciousness, unconsciousness is what we really don't know. So you may want to form an intention of working out things that you don't even know that are there, or maybe not working out, but to gain the perspective, gain the awareness, the consciousness, to bring the consciousness to this, to bring some kind of a clarity. New moon is a dark instinctual phase, but when we form that intention, when we are strong with our meditations and awareness every day around these issues, around those things, around hidden things will start to come up, and they will start to come up more likely around the exact new moon. So somewhere this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so 3 days of this actually 4 days of the balsamic phase of the moon, and pay attention to what is coming up. Maybe certain thoughts, patterns, maybe you will just start think about something more often, more frequently than usual. Maybe some people from the past can come, will be coming to our mind more often, the person that we haven't been talked to for a long time. All those new moon themes, it's good to pay attention to what is coming up, And again, our bodies, our body will be an important guide during this journey. So we pay also what is happening to our body during this new moon. So the new moon is the end of the old cycle and the beginning of a new one. And after 2 weeks since a new moon, we'll have full moon, which represents kind of a climax, which is a time of a culmination of this lunar cycle. And this full moon will be in a sign of Scorpio, of course, which rules all the things that are hidden, suppressed, rejected, So the full moon is a time when we see things in a full light. So whatever we will start around new moon, we will have some definitely much more clarity about those things during the full moon. During the full moon we see things in a full light, but it's in a sign of Scorpio. So this moon will shine a light on what is hidden, what we are not really aware of, what is suppressed, what we rejected, and that might also come up, through our bodies. The Scorpio Taurus axis is, also about resources. When Taurus represents physical resources and Scorpio represents our internal resources, the power that we have. So that's the main theme. Also, as I mentioned, Pluto will start retrograde. Pluto, as a ruler of Scorpio, as a co-ruler of Scorpio, represents our courage to look in the shadow and our power and capability to transform things. So the transformation definitely through the body work, gym, yoga, running, drumming, all kinds of body activities you can think about, anything that involves your physical body, meditation, body scanning, really, developing, cultivating awareness of our bodies. And if you are in the city, if you're stuck in a big city, I really recommend to go outside into nature, because nature is the medicine of Taurus. And just find some space to do that if you can. Take off your shoes, feel the ground beneath your feet, take a deep breath, really cultivate the connection. If you can't go out of the city, go to a park, because nature is what brings us a proper, correct proportions of things. I remember every time I was coming through New York City when I used to live in upstate New York, when I live now, I remember, I was surprised by day after day, the nature was showing me a proper proportions of things. And the things that are very important in the city are not so important when you live in nature. And sometimes we got trapped into our city lifestyle and work, all those things, the everyday grind, and we lose the perspective, we lose the proportions, and nature really helps us to bring back the balance. That's why it comes in nature, where things are natural. Okay, and 10th of May, Mercury will start a retrograde, which is also another event that will help us to go inside to do the inner work. But that's a separate topic. The Mercury is already slowing down, we'll be in shadow soon, but that will still have 2 weeks to that. So maybe I'll do a separate webinar around Mercury retrograding, who knows. That's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Wish you all the best, and enjoy the nature, enjoy the spring, and subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.